been out here connecting with his community, doing things to make his community better. He's been mentoring people, male and female. He's been reaching out to people that some people would consider underprivileged people. He's been also connecting not just with his community, but he's also been stepping outside the box, and he's been connected with people just abroad. And we have today none other than Arthur Willie C. Williams. How are you doing today? How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. That was an incredible introduction.
Yes. I'm honored. This is not, to me, it's not a privilege. I feel honored. So tell us what you have going on right now.
Well, I have a mayor campaign going on right now in my home city, hometown, Mullen, South Carolina. I'm running for mayor in my hometown right now. Okay. Yeah. Besides my book, you know what I'm saying? That's something different. You know, that's personal. Now I'm doing something for my city.
Okay, so you're doing something for your city, and for those who may be watching who are not aware, you are choosing to run for mayor in Mullins, South Carolina. So talk to us about Mullins first. Explain to us about Mullins first.
Yeah. Well, that's my heart. That's my hometown in Mullins, South Carolina. It's a small town. We don't even probably have 5,000 people in the town, but it's close. Everybody know each other, you know. So it's Mullins hold dear to my heart. It's a very southern town. It's about 30 minutes from Florence. It's about an hour from Myrtle Beach. So we get a lot of traffic coming through there, bypassing Mullins going down to the beach. So we got some things we're gonna do about that too, hopefully.
So what was your motivation to run for mayor, and especially run for mayor now?
Well, it wasn't just one determining factor for me wanting to run for mayor. It was a lot of factors. You know, me growing up, just seeing what's going on in the city, what the city needs. You know, I'm approachable, so a lot of people talk to me. So I listen. You know, I sit back. I'm everywhere. I mean, I'm just not just an author. I'm the OG. I'm some guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an approachable person. So I see what we need. We need a lot of things done in Mullins, and then, you know, if you're not gonna take that step to try to improve it, you have nothing to say. So I'm trying to make that step, and we're on the right track right now.
So talk to us. Tell us about your plans or some of your agenda, your vision. What are some things that you would like to be able to get done if you were to win this mayoral election?
Well, there's a lot of things that we need to get done in the city of Mullins. But, you know, we need the elderly. You know, we got to get to the elderly people, the ones that was there before us, that made the city bright and vibrant. We need to get back to them, because, you know, we got people that's elderly that's in our city that can't even pay their rent. You know, they're struggling. You know, they don't have anybody to cut their grass. It's all about the elderly. And another thing is, you know, like I'm saying, I have a lot of things, but it's like youth. We got to get back to the youth. The youth is our city. You know, if the youth don't feel like they have anything to look forward to in the city, it's only going to be nothing but chaos and trouble. So we got to get the youth involved in the city. I mean, it's, you know, beautification of the city. I know we need infrastructure in the city. We need things like that done. I mean, it's a whole lot of things that gonna get done hopefully once I win.
You said two things that struck out to me. Two things that, for where I am, and I'm in Jackson, Mississippi, but you said two things that I think are very imperative. You said, for me, the two key things you said was, you got to get the youth involved.
Right, you got to.
And the beautification of the city.
Right.
So where I sit and have seen things, and not just with politics. I see things on jobs. We see things in churches, different organizations. It appears to be that it's not enough emphasis with getting youth involved, with allowing youth or training youth to be able to take some lead, or to be able to be guided to be in a certain realm. So what would your advice be to people who are hesitant and who just don't want to let go? Some people just don't want to let go.
But my thing with the youth is, see, like I'm saying, that my city is so small that I'm approachable, and the youth, I'm 53 years old, so I still like hip hop. I still like wearing Jordans. So so they see me like, oh, what's up, what's up, OG? So the youth is looking at me. Oh, you wrote the book, so they're still looking at me as the guy that wrote the book. They're still looking at me as my past. They say, man, if he can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people. I want to mention this. A lot of people that's calling me, inboxing me, asking me questions. I'm telling them that, I can't vote, man. I can't vote. I said, why you can't vote? Look at me. I'm running for mayor. So I said, just because you have been, I want anybody listening right now. This is very important. So anybody that's been a convicted felon in the state of South Carolina, as long as you are not on probation or parole, you can register to vote. But they don't understand that. So a lot of people are like, man, I can't vote because I'm a convicted felon. If you're not on any parole or probation, you can register to vote. I'm gonna have a voter registration drive September. I'm looking at my notes. So September, I don't have the date right now, so it's a question mark, but it's gonna be September. I know it's gonna be on a Monday.
Okay.
We're gonna have a voter. Matter of fact, it's the next city council meeting is gonna be on that Tuesday, the second Tuesday of September. So it's gonna be that Monday. So I'm gonna have a voter registration drive that Monday. Then we, go to city council meeting to see what's going on, and we may have something the next day that Wednesday for the kids. So we'll cook out or something, hamburgers, hot dogs, or something.
I'm sorry, I'm paying attention. I'm in my text and group messages trying to get people in these different places on.
Right.
So with the voter registration drive, and I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm so glad, because I've been following a few things. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about getting people registered.
So you got to do that.
To vote.
You got to, because a lot of people think because they've been to prison, they got a felony on their record, they can't vote. But in the state of South Carolina, that's the way it is. As long as you're not on probation or parole, you can still vote in the state of South Carolina. So it's gonna be a hell of a turnout when I do the voter registration, because they want to vote, and they want to see me in the seat, because mothers need to change. We trying to do some good things in mothers.
So with the voter registration, and I'm really asking for the I think they're called millennials. I don't know the age group between the millennials and the Gen Zs, but with the tech people. So is it a way that they can get registered by on the phone or from a laptop? Does it have to be done physically?
I have when I have my voter registration, I got everything for them. They got to do is fill it out.
Okay.
They only got to fill it out. They ain't got to worry about putting a stamp on the back of it. I'm gonna put a stamp on the back of it.
Okay.
They fill it out. I put it in the mailbox, and voter registration card will come to their address.
Okay.
It's simple.
Okay.
I mean, have a couple of hot dogs, a hamburger for them. They fill it out, eat a hot dog, hamburger, fill it out, and vote for win for mayor.
So what would your message be to the younger crew? How to get them enthused? Because I think you are enthusing people anyway, because you're encouraging, you're saying we've got to get younger people involved. But what more else, what if it's one enthusiastic message right now, which we're going to do some more before we end, but if it's one thing right now you could tell the younger people to try to encourage them that it's important to vote, what would that message be?
First we got to install that we are raising kings and queens. First of all, we raising kings and queens. Then we got to give them the history of the right to vote. You know, then we got to give them the history. What we have people before us that fought for our right to vote. We got to give them the history. You know, we just got to give them the history and and set it and give them examples. I use myself all the time as example. I look myself as example. You know what I'm saying? So I just like I got a thing with the kids from I don't know what it is, but kids like Will and Will the kids, you know, they what's up, Unc? What's up, balling? What's up? So we got your support. So my phone, I had to cut my phone off. It's ringing. And it's plenty of support. So we got support. Mothers want they need to change, and I'm that voice. You know, so we got to try to break up these little cliques that we got going on, and upper people are afraid to speak. That's our country's right to speak. We can't speak. So we gotta if your head, if your leadership in your town is not, correct, and they got the little side deals, your town ain't gonna be right. And I know with me, my ability, my likability, people gonna come and talk to me. I'm gonna have an open door policy. If I would, my door ain't gonna never be open because it ain't about me. It's about the people. Because understand it's the people, then the mayor. So people don't understand that it's the people, then the mayor. So the people run. The people, the mayor works for the people, the taxpayers.
Wow.
And people don't understand that. With me, it's not about, oh, you the mayor, oh, you gonna get X amount of money. The money doesn't matter to me. And I say it right now on your platform. If I'm able to win the mayor of Mullins, I forfeit my first year salary back to the people. Because that's what it's about. It's about the people. It's not about individually trying to get wealthy off the people. And we got people in Mullins that's struggling to pay bills. It ain't like that. We get that money right back to the people. You need your rent paid, well, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try to get your rent paid. You need your child support paid, we're gonna try to get your child support paid. You got light bill that what I'm saying? So money, I'm not running for mayor for the money, because it's not about the money. Like I say, I forego my first year salary and give it back to the people. It ain't about the money, it's about the people.
Wow. And it is, and I thank you so much for acknowledging it, because I live in Drama City, and we ain't got but probably two people that truly advocate for the people. And I'm not gonna say I agree with people 100%, but I can appreciate people who advocate for people. You also mentioned the other highlight that I like that you mentioned about one of the other ones I like. You mentioned about beautification of the city. Elaborate on that for us.
Well, my city is, we have a lot of old houses. We also have a terrible sewage problem. But it could rain 10 good minutes and everything is flooded. So we got to work, most definitely got to work on the infrastructure of the city. We got to. Like I'm saying, we get 10, 15 minutes of good rain, everybody's flooded out. They can't come out. Then we got to think about you can think about the elderly people. How can they get out? So we know the flood out, so we got to work on the infrastructure. And then while you working on infrastructure, you redefine the neighborhood, you redefine the houses. So you got it's kind of a touchy subject with trying to remove somebody's property and it have sentimental value to them, even though they're not in the city of Mullins. They may be in New Jersey or wherever, but they still paying taxes on their house. But the house is looking bad and is an eyesore to the community. So you got to be, that's something right there is kind of touchy. But like I was saying earlier, we like an hour from Myrtle Beach. So a lot of people is coming to Myrtle Beach, but they passing right through Marion, and they don't Marion and Mullins because there's nothing there. So we're trying to bring some things there. So the first thing we got to do is get the infrastructure right, and then we can start building up our city back, because we had a beautiful city. I can remember all the way back to we could go to sleep with our doors unlocked. So I'll be 54 in November. So if Mullins is hopefully be a place for me, I don't feel that someone should come in and try to regulate on an individual basis. It's all about the people. If you're gonna run for governor, I mean, if you're gonna run for mayor of the city of Mullen, it's a 24-hour day job. You can't stop being mayor once the sun goes down. You gotta be mayor all day. So with that, you gotta be in places that you may not want to be, because you are the mayor of the city. You're the mayor of the town, so you got to be in place. Oh, I'm not going over there. You're gonna sit back and think, oh, I'm gonna make my shot in there and just like that. You got to be out. That's why I say I'm approachable. They can approach me. I'm gonna have open door policy. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out. I'm everywhere. Anybody know me, the city of Mullen, the old or the young, they know I'm be out. I'm not gonna be out when it's so gun down. I'm like, oh, I gotta be in the house. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm a normal guy, and that's what I say. I want to bring some normalcy to it. I don't want the youth to see, he got to have, you be the mayor, you got to have on a suit and tie all the time. I'm gonna bring something different. You know what I'm saying? I wear Jordans. I wear, you know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be a different look for the city of Mullen, but it's gonna be a great look.
Wow. So most of us know, for some who don't, you're not what people would call a traditional politician. It would be your first time going into office. My belief is my personal belief, but to me, I prefer people who are not traditional politicians. Mm-hmm. That's just me personally. But what would your response be to people who may say, hey, he hasn't been in politics, politics is more than what people think. What would your response be to people who may be resistant about anybody running for office who have never been in politics before?
Well, it is what it is. I never held a position. I never did anything about this. I mean, I read about politics. I followed politics. I mean, we live in a city. We don't even have 5,000 people in it. So, this is how I feel. Since my city is so small, and if you put the right people around you, see, the governor is I'm saying the governor, but the mayor is just the face. It's the people who are around him who are going to run the city. The city administrators and the secretary, and that's who runs the city. Make sure everything is going. All thing the mayor's going to do is go out there, make sure everything's great and be approachable. And then go to the mayor, so everything is going to run through his cabinet. So if you don't have a good cabinet, it's going to be bad. But it's politics. I know politics is a dirty game. But I can put the gloves on with the best of them.
So I see that Mullins has some historic things going on in it as well. Starting in 1872, it's home of the largest tobacco market. That's awesome. Especially to just piggyback off what you said, with a population of just 5,000 people, and according to the 2010 census, it was a little bit less than that. So so for people who may think that smaller spaces, smaller cities don't have good things going on, but like you said, you know where you are. But for those people, as myself, who may be on the outside looking in, not doing the research, for it to be the largest in the market, what other things, as far as business or the economy, what other visions as far as business and economics standpoint do you have for the city? Because this is pretty awesome now, and you have a historic area as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's very historic. Now, we was one of the richest. I think we may be before we may be the richest importer of tobacco on the East Coast. So we have history there, but we're so far back on what's going on. See, our police officers don't even have body cameras. No, we don't. Our police officers don't even have accountability. Our police officers don't even have body cameras, and I'm quite sure the city of Mullen have enough money for them to have body cameras. I'm quite sure they do. I'm quite sure they do. You know, so it's things like I may have jumped over something, but things like that is jumped in my mind that once you become the mayor of the town, that I know what we need. I see it, but it takes one person. It takes one person. I hopefully God willing that I'm that person to bring that change. So we so stuck in that. What you say? 18 what?
1874, 1872.
We still stuck back there. So I'm trying to bring businesses. I'm trying to bring not only see people. Oh, we need to bring black businesses. If you don't have no black businesses in Mullins, you know, we could someone could be the first black business convenience store owner. So you know, we're gonna bring it up, but in order for us to do that, we got to beautify the city, and we got to and to beautify the city, we can use the youth. So they could think, you know, they could be one day they could, oh, I want to be a farmer, or I want to be a carpenter, or I want to be like Mr. Willie. So you know, a lot of kids call me Mr. Willie. You know, and those kids not even able to vote yet. Mr. Willie, how you doing, Mr. Willie? How you doing, Mr. Willie? So I'm always smiling, and they always, you know, tap me on the back. You know, I'm always, the phone always ringing. You know, I'm always giving the words of encouragement. So we're going to try to move Mullen forward.
So is it fair to say that it's a possibility that over the years, even though you've had people in office in the area, and is it fair to say that Mullins has possibly been overlooked or possibly not being pushed into a higher potential as what it can possibly be?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm saying, it's right. You pass it. If you go to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, you'll pass it. You got to see Marion and Mother sign. You got to see it. But in order for them to turn off, something got to be going on. Besides, oh, we got Xavier Lee. He made, you know, Carolina Panthers. You know, they said, oh, he's from Mullen, so he want to do that. So we gonna bring something. Oh, this guy named Willie Williams. I know this guy. This guy. I heard about this guy's story. So I'm just trying to be an inspiration to people and let people know it doesn't matter. You can do it. You know, anything's possible. Your path on to find your future. And if you want to do something, the only one gonna stop you from doing it is you.
I'm glad you mentioned the slogan because that was going to be my next question. You know, your motto / slogan is your past doesn't define your future. So break that down, you know, to people. There are a lot of people who may feel like, you know, they're not economically ready. There may be a lot of people feel like their mindset may not be ready. I see that a lot of people have awesome ideas on a lot of things. There's so many people with some great ideas, but yet and still people don't, for whatever reason, people choose not to walk into those ideas out of some form of fear, or sometimes people have a concern of failing, possibly, maybe. So what brought you to that? Your past doesn't define your future.
Well, I mean, it took a long time for me to come up with that because I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been incarcerated. I came out. I did this. I did that. So by me, my story, you know, being incarcerated, doing 6 months in a little small room, confinement for 6 months, you know, coming up with a book, you know, getting parole, coming out, you know, book we had 2,500 copies too, times 20. We doing that. And then, you know, just the love that I seen from the city, you know, and it's just time. It's just time. And I was like, you know what, I accomplished all this, you know, but my book is being sold over in 14 different countries, you know, won numerous awards. So, and I just, you know, something I still can't believe it, but I was like, you know, I done did all this in my past. Now look what I'm doing now. So that's why I came up with it. The path on finding the future. Because what I have accomplished throughout my life, what I went through, and what I've accomplished throughout my life. So that's how I came up with your path on find your future. It doesn't.
Wow. Wow.
So
So
my
there are a
story is
lot.
his story.
Yeah. Yes. And it
My
is.
story is
It
his
is.
story.
It is. Well, it's their story.
Right. So I'm just a regular guy. I don't think I'm bigger than nobody because a lot of people know I've been incarcerated. I've been in maximum security. So this is how I go. So they say, long when you're in jail, they say the next step is what? The graveyard. So I was in jail. So the next step I was in the graveyard. So by me going to being incarcerated, and I was in maximum security. So I go maximum security, supermax, death row. So I look at it like this, and I think about it every day. So I was 2 steps away from death row and 1 step away from the graveyard. So whatever somebody try to tell me, they ain't gonna be able to tell me what to do because I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Wow.
Like I say, anybody gonna stop me doing stuff but you. But a lot of people don't want you to do it, but they ain't gonna do it neither. But if you doing something positive, they gonna come with they. Oh, he think he better than somebody, or he think he this, he think he that, and I don't fall for that because I done been away. I done talked to a lot of people. A lot of people just talk to me, and I just listen and smile, listening. It is what it is. I'm just a approachable person, and I've always been like that. So I just listen.
So what is your description of good leadership? How would you describe good leadership?
First of all, to be a good leader, you gotta take constructive citizenship. You gotta also have to take advice. You got to listen. You got to listen to the people. You got to listen to what they want, but what the people want, the people get because the people is the one who runs the city, and they don't understand that. The people is over the mayor. The people is over, the police chief. That's who pay the mayor. That's who pay. The people pay the mayor. The people pay the police chief. The people pay everybody. The people that work in the library, the taxpayers, they get paid by taxpayers. But the people don't get that. If you pay taxes, you the mayor boss. If you pay taxes in the city of Mullen, the chief of police is you the chief of police boss. They don't understand that stuff. So I'm trying to bring awareness to that. If the people, it's about the people. It's not about individuals. It's not about individuals who running for mayor with me. You know what I'm saying? So we got individuals that run for mayor with me. Doing personal things. So if I wanted to run for mayor and incorporate balling, that don't have anything to do with the people. See, we have candidates that's running on personal agenda trying to get themselves rich. So we got a group called the Pick 42 Foundation by Miko Pickett. She's running for mayor as well, but she has a foundation. So she has let me get this right. She has a $1.1 million food hub. Yeah. She wants the city of Mullins, and she running for mayor. But she want the city of Mullins to give her foundation $1.1 million.
Well, what about the people?
I'm saying you got to be for the people if you're gonna be mayor. You trying to get rich, and these people, you gotta understand. I'm speaking facts. I got my receipts. Like the young people say, I got my receipts. So the city council is going to vote on giving her. Not, I'm saying if I don't become mayor, she become mayor. And what's going to happen with that $1.1 million? She's going to get that $1.1 million for her foundation. What about the people of Mullins? What about the people of Mullins who can't pay their rent? What about the people of Mullins who can't get to work? What about people of Mullins going day for day they can't provide for their children? But we're going to give one of the candidates for mayor a $1.1 million. No. That's not. If that was the case, I could say no. Let's get ballers. If that's the case, I could incorporate ballers and get ballers some funding. So why should the people pay for her? See, it's people. I want people in Mullins to open their eyes. It's the little clique. You can't do that. You can't do that to the people of Mullins. You can't. You can't give no individual no $1.1 million for no food hub. We can use that $1.1 million and start a Mullins food bank. We don't have no food bank in Mullins. We don't have a food
Wow.
bank. So I don't. It's the there's a whole lot going on in the city of Mullins. I hope I'm that change. I hope that I'm that voice to make a change for the city of Mullins.
Also, what happens in a lot of city governments, just in general, a lot of city governments have a lot of people that have been in position for years. And I don't believe people should be booted out of positions if they are doing a decent job. So I'm not saying you should get rid of your older people or any of that, but is there a plan to possibly make way to not only encourage younger people to vote, not only to get them involved in community service? Is there a way to kind of increase the employment in enrollment rate for some of these younger people in regards to the city government?
So with that, with my plan with that is togetherness. So like, I know a lot of people that have their own business. So why can't we, on the weekend have, when some kids come to their shop and they teach them how to fix a lawnmower or do how to do cement early on before they have to go to trade school. They can have it already, how to change, mess with motors or whatever. So that's the type of thing I'm on. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that have their own businesses. And volunteer your time this Saturday, to teach the child, about a motor, how to change a tire. So you got to get to the youth. If you don't get to the youth in the city ain't gonna be no good, because you're gonna have a lot of murderers. And I honestly think that if I become mayor of Mullins, the crime rate will go down. I honestly do think that.
So with the crime rate, what would be, my belief? I'm not factual. I believe that it appears to be that people tend to get a little bit harsher sentences, too harsh, in my opinion, just across the board, for nonviolent crimes, to me personally. So what are some things that you would possibly put in place in general to help lower or decrease the crime rate in Mullins?
So you got one thing about such a small town, you got to have like a festival. You got to have get-togethers. You got to have stop the violence. You got to have put the guns down. You got to have youth day. You got to get the citizens involved in Mullins. You got to get the citizens involved. Oh man, what we doing in Mullins this weekend? Man, really got such. We got Mullins got something going on this weekend. Yeah, you got to have something going on. I want to have movie night. So the family, big projector screen TV, get in filled with this, like an old drive-in. So you got to get the people involved in the city. You got to get people involved in the city. Like I say, you want to be the mayor, you got to be the mayor 24 hours a day. You got to be the mayor after the sun goes down. You got to be approachable. You got to be likable. You cannot have a hidden agenda, because it's going to be exposed. Well, it's going to be exposed. So, the little clique, and the one thing I'm saying is about the cliques. You can't do that. You can't give one individual no $1 million, and we got the elderly, they can't even pay their rent, they can't even get no food. That's not right. So, I hope them have voice to stop that.
Wow. So as you continue on your journey, how can we'd like to make sure everybody know where you are, how to contact you. And I don't want to ask the wrong question when it comes to I don't know. I don't want to ask the wrong question. I think we'll deal with that. I don't know how. If somebody say, "Hey, I want to volunteer to help pass out voter registration cards," or if somebody said, "Hey, I want to go to Sam's, and I want to go to Sam's, and I want to donate 400 hot dogs. If somebody said, "Hey, Mr. Willis, see, here's $200 to help do your event," are those type of things acceptable?
Yeah, so we taking donations on the Cash App, but we doing donations on the Cash App, but we doing the contributions and on Zelle. So
Okay.
really see Williams on the Zelle, and it's really see Williams on the Cash App too. So like I said, we're doing the donation, $5, $10, whatever.
So is it a way you could share me a link? Like, is it, because I don't know how this stuff goes.
Okay.
I really don't know. So the reason I'm asking, because I would like to kind of do something, but also advocate for people to do something. Like, I literally just looked up some groups the other night on Facebook. There's some South Carolina groups, just to kind of make people aware that, hey, this is somebody that's running for office, and I know it's a small area, so I'm pretty sure people know who you and probably a few other people are. But that's why I'm trying to be careful on asking the correct way. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we gonna do some Zelle. We gonna do Zelle. Like I said, we're gonna do the donation, $5, $10, $20 on Cash App. The donations, thousands, go to the Zelle. Okay. So we are, I'll get that information out to you.
Yes, please get it out. Also, there's another concern across the board, and I just got a few more questions as far as education in some of these areas, as far as the education sector, especially when it comes to public education.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the school system is like in Mullins, but if it was something that you could advocate for, because I still think no matter how good something may be doing, I still feel like there's always room for improvement. So from the education sector, if it was something you could advocate for to improve the education sector with your children and young adults, K through 12th grade, what would that be?
I mean, I would take it back to something simple as, a spelling bee. But I don't think we have no. I would have, like I'm saying, it's about the people. I would have a town spelling bee.
Okay.
Even for the adult, you gotta keep everybody gotta be involved in everything. That the kids gonna be involved. So if mama's spelling, daddy's spelling, I can spell too. Mm-hmm. So you gotta do things like that. You gotta have a read off. If you read a certain amount of books, you get to come and hang with the mayor for the day, or you be mayor for a day. It's all type of ways that you can afford to count children. I have no problem at all reaching, kids to, be prosperous and joyful, and Mr. Willie and Mr. Willie and Mr. Willie. So I have no problem with influencing and doing that. I want to go spell Mr. Willie. What's the word for the day? And then spell a word, or I spelled the word today, or they read a book today, how many books they read, or stuff like that. It's all type of ways to get the kids involved.
You mentioned about your small business owners, and a lot of people that own their own businesses.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that is deterring a lot of people is the cost in commercial real estate. And some of these areas, and I'm not sure about Mullins, but some of these areas have a lot of people that are not in the area that has been able to come in some kind of way and buy properties that people within have not even had a fair chance to purchase. And then they turn around and they gouge the prices so high to where a lot of people, not just with private living, but also with your commercial real estate, a lot of business owners in some places are truly struggling. They can't afford to keep up the bills. Like, if you got to spend out $2,000-$3,000 a month between rent, a lease on a building or on a spot, and then you got to pay all these other bills, then that really leaves a lot of your smaller businesses almost running in the hole. So how would you advocate to try to assist in people not taking advantage of people when it comes to gouging prices on some of this real estate.
Okay, so that goes back. That goes back to me, the little clicks. And you know, the little you got to bust them little clicks up. And in order for you to make a difference, you got to bust them clicks up. In the little city that we have, I know the clicks. So you got to bust them clicks up. And a lot of people are afraid to talk about that. But you can talk amongst each other, but you can't talk about it like I'm trying to talk about it. You know what they gonna do? Everybody, the adults. What they gonna do? They gonna take their belt off and whip you up. So you know, people's got to understand in a little city of mothers what's really going on. You can see what's going on, but it's up to you to realize what's going on. So you know, things like that, you got to bust the click up. You got to bust the click up because like I'm saying, it ain't about certain individuals or certain people. It's about the city and the people of Mullins.
One more question,
and
then I'm gonna let you close us out. There's an uprise across the board. A lot of people are voting across party lines. So outside of discussing party, which I don't have a problem with that because I feel like people got a right to represent what they represent. But if you was trying to make a message, give a message to all people, no matter whether they're independent, Democrat, or Republican, or whether they have never voted, or whether they have given up on voting. Because, you know, some people have given up on voting. They used to vote.
Right.
Some people feel like it's a waste of time. Things are just not being done. You know, so what would your message be to those group of people, to those people?
Well, I would say to those people, whether black or white, you know, you got to think about, you know, people that came for us that fought so hard for us to have the right to vote. I mean, it's simple. You know, your forefathers fought for you to have the right to vote, and then just because you don't like the two candidates, you're not going to vote, or three candidates, you're not going to vote. You still got to vote. Your votes matter. You know, your voice matters. Your vote, you got to vote. Then if your living situation is not correct, you're like, oh man, you just want to talk. You want to be upset about the individual that's trying to run the city or run the town or run the state or whatever. You want to get, now you got your head hurting because another individual did something about it, but try to do something about it, but you do sit down and sit back and complain. So you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Don't sit back and complain. You gotta do it. That's how I look at it. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from doing it. Anybody gonna stop
I
me
like that. I really and I can appreciate that statement. I really can appreciate that, and I'm sure other people will as well, because people are looking for people who have purpose, and who are truly genuine in heart for what their vision is. So, you know, I want you to close us out. So close us out, take lead. When you done, we done, but make sure, you know, you give people all your information.
Okay.
Give people, you know, let people know any strong points that we may have missed, or some things that I possibly probably have forgot to ask you about, or did not ask. I got a few questions here, but this is so many questions that we'll be on the phone from here. We'll be on the Zoom from here to tomorrow. And we're gonna revisit this again before this November election.
Right. We can do that. We most definitely sit down and talk again before the election. Yeah. We can talk again.
Yeah. So just let us know whatever some things that we may have missed, and how people can contact you about your campaign, about your team, all of those great, awesome things.
Okay. Well, like I say, my agenda, I got an agenda, but it's based on a lot of things. But the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get with the elders, we're gonna get with the youth, we're gonna do the infrastructure, we're gonna do the beautification of the city. You know, we're gonna even do something about the vets. You know, the veterans. You know, people know they serve our country, they come back home and they ain't got nothing to do. So we're gonna try to do something with the vets too. I think that's very important. We didn't discuss that. Um, you know, well, let's see what I missed. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we gonna do it. We gonna bring jobs back to Mullins. We gonna bring the liveliness back to Mullins. As we moving forward in Mullins, we all in 2024. Williams for governor. We gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Your path don't define your future. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be an inspiration to everybody. Like I said, we're gonna have September. I think it's the second September. I think it may be September the 10th. We're gonna have the voter registration in Mullins. We're gonna give out T-shirts. We're gonna register people to vote. We're gonna have a DJ out there. We're gonna have some hot dogs and hamburgers. For that. For a couple of hours. It ain't gonna be long. People on Monday, they tired, Monday, so they gonna, get our work, go home. So we're gonna have a nice little about 2-3 hours, about 6 to 8 or whatever. Nice little drive and get people registered to vote so they come out there and vote for Willie Williams, the mayor. So we can win this mayor seat. And we can change it. Yeah. We're gonna change Mullins. So we're gonna have, like I said, it's gonna be more lively. It's gonna be more festivals. It's gonna be, something to do in Mullins. Because everybody know right now, we don't have nothing to do in Mullins. So what we gonna do about it? We're gonna go to Florence, we're gonna go to the beach. So we're gonna have what we doing is we gonna have a festival this morning. We're gonna have a car show. We're gonna have an open mic, or we're gonna have a spelling bee, or we're gonna have an appreciation day for the veterans, or we even gonna have the LGBTQ. We gonna have them. We gonna have they gonna have a day. So everybody is about the city, it's about the people of Mullins, and we gonna keep it like that. The mayor don't run the city, the people run the city. What the people want, the people get.
Yeah, I believe when I post to reshared it, I didn't already shared it, but I'm gonna have to remember he said the mayor don't run the city, the people run the city.
People run the city. People run the city.
Run the city.
Yeah, they do.
So, contact information.
Okay, my contact information is Arthur Willie C. Williams on Google. You just Google Arthur Willie C. Williams, and then you have it. Everything gonna pop up. So I'm on everything.
Gonna pop up.
I'm on everything. I'm on everything. If you want to look at me, you want to look me up, Arthur Willie C. Williams, Google, Facebook, everything. So, yeah. So
you stay busy.
Stay busy. You got to, because if you don't stay busy, your bones start hurting.
Uh-oh. I believe that part too. Yeah, I'm feeling that too. Well, Mr. Willie C., when I tell you, I once again, I do thank you. I know it was kind of last minute, but it was more of an honor for me. And I'm glad that I had the opportunity to sit down and have this discussion with you. And I would like to have you back on again before November.
Yeah, we can do that.
And I will make sure to continue to share your information as I see it come across my timelines. For everybody else that is watching or will see the video, we will be sharing the information as well. So, like he say, we do $5, $10 donations because the goal is to get more people involved. And anything else, let's help get these young people motivated. So if take your eyes off of everybody else, I feel like, and if we could be more energetic about trying to include these younger people, as this awesome mayoral candidate is of Mullins, South Carolina, I believe that those are going to be things to help the community, rebuild the community, and make that community a better place. I support people who support me. So I'm asking y'all, when y'all go to the polls, for those of you who are in Mullins, South Carolina, to please make sure that you mark this candidate when you go to that box, and also help get other people registered. This man has the registration forms on site. So if you see him somewhere, ask for the form. You don't even have to pay for the stamp. Postage has went up, people. Postage ain't 54 cents no more. So, so he's already making those donations and those contributions. The only thing you need to do is just fill out the information. And it needs to be done early enough because voter ID is very important.
30 days prior to the election, they gotta be in 30 days prior to the election year.
30 days prior, and we're gonna push for 45 days prior. Because we don't need I don't know how y'all's male people run, But I'm just saying
it's small time.
these postal workers in my area is gonna deliver your mail when they feel like delivering your mail.
Where you in Mississippi?
Jackson, yes.
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
I know people everywhere. I know people in Jackson.
We getting better, I know, but don't believe it ain't as bad as people make it. Jackson is a good place. And I I need to work on sharing more of good things that's happening, but however, we do got people like you who truly care about the city. So people, please get other people registered. People 18 and older, they need to be registered to vote. They need to be registered. Most high school seniors, they push for them to vote anyway. Fill out the registration card at the DMV here anyway, if they haven't done it. But y'all, please support this awesome person as he continues to do what he do, because he truly is a man for the people. He understands the people don't. He understands that he works for the people. Is what the people say. What the people say is what the people should get.
That's right. That's how I go.
Thank you so much, and I will be in touch. Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Where am I? Okay. Okay, get out of here.